how to choose your coffee beans in 2 steps. If you've recently switched to coffee beans but still haven't found the right ones, then this video is for you. In this video, I'll explain how to choose your coffee beans in 2 easy steps to finally find the one that suits you best. I'll also give you a bit of tips to better understand the label on your coffee bag. First, you need to know that choosing coffee beans relies on 2 major criteria: roast level and coffee's flavor profile. Now, what is roast level? It commonly refers to the roast color of your coffee. It's how your coffee was cooked. The roast will have a significant impact on the balance of your cup. The more the coffee is roasted, the darker the roast. The coffee will then have a darker color and might even look a bit shiny. On the other hand, if the coffee beans are lightly roasted, it will be called light roast. The coffee will have a lighter color. A light roast coffee will offer a lot of acidity and liveliness. It will also offer subtle flavors, as the expression of terroir or origin will be fully preserved. So if you enjoy filter coffee or bright, tangy espresso, you can go for this roast. In the same way, the more intense the roast, the more bitter the cup. And it will also be bolder with more body. However, this type of roast tends to obscure the coffee's origin and aromatic quality. If you like Italian-style coffee, intense and strong, with notes of hazelnut, toasted bread, you can go for this roast. Between these two, you'll find medium roast. If you're looking for balance between acidity and bitterness, a coffee that's not too strong nor too light, you can go for medium roast. Now, the second thing to consider is your coffee's flavor profile. What are the flavor profiles? A flavor profile is what describes the tasting notes in your cup. You may find notes of hazelnut, chocolate, peach, flowers, so on and so forth. But each coffee will come with 2 flavor profiles. The dominant one, representing the most noticeable notes, and the secondary one, with more subtle notes. Here are some examples you could find. Coffees with a dominant rich and sweet profile are usually smooth, with notes of caramel, chocolate, nuts. They tend to develop a lot of sweetness and balance. Coffees with a dominant yellow fruit profile are more surprising, with citrus notes, exotic fruits, stone fruits. They often have a tangy and expressive aroma. There are other flavor profiles, obviously, like red fruits, floral, woody, spicy, each offering very specific notes. If you want to know more, you can check our complete blog article in the description below. Now, be careful not to confuse coffee's flavor with flavored coffee, where additional aromas were added after roasting to infuse the coffee. So, how do you know which flavor profile is for you? Well, it's really through trial and error. There is no other way. On our website, you can filter all our coffees by flavor profile. Another important thing, if you start with a dark roast, it will be harder for you to distinguish its flavors, as you might only perceive roasted aromas. Now, if you want to learn more, you should know there are other factors that will influence the result in your cup. Here are some additional tips to read your coffee labels better. First, the coffee species. Arabica or Robusta, which one should you choose? Arabica is known to offer better aromas, milder coffee, while the Robusta varietal is more intense and bitter. For instance, you could go for a blend of 80% Arabica and 20% Robusta if you like Italian-style espressos. On the other hand, if you prefer expressive, balanced coffees, you could go for 100% Arabica. Now, blend or single origin. This is something you see on many coffee bags. What does it mean? Well, a blend is really a mix of several coffees from different varietals, countries, or farms. The character of the cup will be determined by the coffee roaster who created the blend. This type of coffee is often more balanced and accessible. On the other hand, a single origin coffee comes from a single terroir. The character of the cup is defined by how it's grown, where it's grown, its varietal. It allows for better traceability and a wider range of aromas, which can be quite surprising sometimes. You'll get a very expressive cup. Now, finally, the freshness of your coffee. It is crucial and often overlooked. Once roasted, coffee beans will gradually lose their flavor and aroma quality, even if the bag is perfectly sealed. My advice is then to always choose a coffee that indicates its roast date on the package, and make sure to use it within 2 weeks to 2 months after roasting. At Maxi Coffee, these coffees will be labeled freshness guarantee. Now that you know all of this, where do you start? Finding your way on maxicoffee.com should be quite easy, since all our coffees have been tested and analyzed by our roasters. You can select the roast color and the flavor profile through filters and discover all the coffees that will suit your taste. Now here's an exclusive tip. You can now rate the coffees you've tried on your Maxi Coffee account. Our algorithm will then determine your coffee profile to help you get a better idea on where you stand. You'll then receive custom recommendations and tips to improve your search for the best coffee for you. To improve your coffee profile and find the coffee that suits you best, I suggest trying several types of coffee with different roast levels and flavor profiles. So now it's up to you. I'll see you soon and I wish you many good cups of coffee.